Hello, welcome back to another Friday and another edition of our Heartland Journal's 3 in 3, where I run down the 3 stories of the week the mainstream media either forgot to tell you or ignored, in about 3 minutes or as fast as I can. Let's go. Number 1. The USA has been defending Greenland longer than Denmark because on April 9, 1940, the Danes fought the Germans valiantly for 6 hours, but threw in the towel because Denmark did not want to be annihilated. The Danes were in this position because while the Germans built up their military after the Great War ended, the rest of the countries that make up the western portion of today's EU did not. A year to the date after the surrender, Danes signed an agreement relating to the defense of Greenland with the US. Foolishly, America let Denmark keep Greenland after the war, despite its strategic location in the Cold War. President Trump wants to correct that mistake, because if we are going to be Greenland's defenders, we need to get something more than just a few igloos and the cost of being its military. Greenland is strategic militarily in the fight to control the Arctic, and it has the 8th largest reserve of rare earth elements in the world. The USA ranks 9th. That's just what can be mined today in Greenland. Estimates are that it has 24 times as large a reserve under the ice. The reserves go untapped because of Greenland's 2021 ban on mining uranium. What can America do for Greenland? Plenty more, such as developing its economy and protecting it from Russia and China. Meanwhile, Secretary Kristi Noem said, "We have arrested over 10,000 criminal illegal aliens who were killing Americans, hurting children, and raining terror in Minneapolis because Tim Walz and Jacob Frey refused to protect their own people and instead protect criminals." In the last 6 weeks, our brave DHS law enforcement have arrested 3,000 criminal illegal aliens, including vicious murderers, rapists, child pedophiles, and incredibly dangerous individuals. A huge victory for public safety. There is massive fraud in Minneapolis, at least $19 billion, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Our Homeland Security investigators are on the ground in Minneapolis conducting wide-scale investigations to get justice for the American people who have been robbed blind, she said. Number 2 story. The big guys won't tell you anywhere else. Former House Speaker, 39-year member of Congress, and self-proclaimed deadhead, Nancy Pelosi drew swift online backlash after appearing at a tribute honoring Grateful Dead co-founder Bob Weir, with some social media users accusing her of bizarre behavior. Thousands gathered Saturday at San Francisco Civic Center to celebrate the life of Weir, who died earlier this month at age 78. The event drew longtime Deadheads, musicians John Mayer, Joan Baez, Slash, and Winona Judd, and political figures including Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi wearing a very somber magenta on stage at Bob Weir's funeral, one user joked on X. Everyone else on stage appeared to be dressed appropriately in all black. Some users also questioned why Pelosi, who announced in November that she will retire from Congress when her current term ends in 2027, and she was included in the event in the first place. Pelosi also used the moment to deliver a political message, encouraging attendees to vote. "Is Nancy Pelosi drunk at the Bob Weir homecoming?" another ex-user asked. "My bingo card today didn't include Nancy Pelosi singing Ripple along with John Mayer at the Bobby Weir send-off," posted a third. Last story, number 3. 5 years after the transatlantic automaker Stellantis was formed through a merger, the business hasn't necessarily panned out as investors hoped. U.S. shares of the company, created through a $52 billion combination of Italian-American automaker Fiat Chrysler and France-based Group PSA on January 16, 2021, are down roughly 43% in the past 5 years. Italian-listed shares also are off roughly 40%. Since the combined company's stock debuted on the New York Stock Exchange on January 19, 2021, days after the merger was completed, shares of the automaker were largely in the black, up as high as 74% in March 2024, until Stellantis reported troubling financial results that year amid cost-cutting efforts meant to support higher profits and its multi-billion-dollar push into electric vehicles. Many of those plans are being altered or eliminated under new Stellantis CEO Antonio Filosa, who succeeded Carlos Tavares last summer. Tavares, a longtime automotive executive, was largely credited with forming the company, but abruptly left Stellantis in December 2024. Meanwhile, over at Ford headquarters in Dearborn, Michigan, the automaker achieved its best U.S. sales in years for 2025, selling over 2.2 million vehicles for a 6% increase, driven by record performance in trucks and hybrids, with F-Series remaining America's best-selling truck, Maverick hybrids setting new records, and overall hybrid sales hitting an all-time high of 228,000 units. The company also saw strong SUV sales with the Explorer and Bronco, and best-ever annual results for its Transit vans, solidifying its leadership in commercial vehicles. This isn't a solicitation to buy or sell securities. Consult a trusted advisor before making an investment. That's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. For stories like these and more, check out heartlandjournal.com and our Substack. Just give us your email address and we'll deliver to your inbox. For free. Thanks for doing it. Mainstream media won't. See you next week for another Heartland Journal's 3 and a little more than 3. Glory to God.